The same people who already succeeded on this path and left advice for us in their writings, they tell us that there is a very, very special means which is as root and branch, and it's called a meal. Why? Just as we learn from the writings of the Kabbalists, a meal corresponds to the reception of the light in the ready-made kli in order to bestow. So what are we still lacking? We can seemingly in this world do this action. If we sit together, we annul our ego, and we wish to participate in the meal together, and we want to rise above the corporeal flavors to reach the spiritual ones, the spiritual Taamim, and we expect the light that reforms to affect that as well and help us, give us the ability to connect. And we want our meal to really be as opposed or correspondingly to correspond with a spiritual meal where there's a kli and a masach, a vessel and a screen, and a ochozer, reflected light. Just like with a guest and the host, when the guest restricts himself, he doesn't want to receive from the host. He wants to make this incident spiritual elevation. So we know he stops eating. He places a condition. He will receive, but only if it gives contentment to the host. And then, to the extent he has an ability to restrict himself and to examine to what extent he is doing it in order to give pleasure to the host, he will receive a bit from here, a bit from there, according to a certain measure and a limit, where he always feels it's under his examination. And then we see that with an ordinary meal, we can imagine and depict the same actions the holy kli performs in order to bestow the upper force. And if we do it together, prepared, there's no difference between receiving the lights in the will to receive in order to bestow, or if we do it together in this corporeal example. If these are truly my intentions, this means that it's not that we would think that we are already able to perform these actions in order to bestow. We understand that in order to reach that, first you have to reach to bestow in order to bestow. What we call the 40 years of the desert. It's not simple to correct these vessels, but to somehow express our desire for that. Because nonetheless, the meal is an essential thing, and it's possible, even every day. So, we may do such a thing. This means that we somehow will depict the spiritual action between us.